like round numbers, keep it simple. I'm in HR, I'm not in accounting, right? And normally the employee pays $100 a month as an active employee. And this employer says to you, I'm going to, for the first 6 months, I'm going to allow you to pay your normal contributions. And then after that, I'm going to have you pay the regular COBR premium for the rest of your 18-month time period. So for the first column here, first 6 months, I'm going to pay my $100. Then for the rest of my COBR eligibility period, I'm going to pay $510, which is the normal COBR premiums. I feel like Vanna White now. Here we go. Now, post the subsidy period, I'm going to pay 35% of the $100. Easy math, right? 35 bucks. But that's only for 6 months. So for the next 3 months, I'd pay 35% of the normal $510 or $187. So that gets me to the 9 months. And then after that, I have $510 that I have to pay to continue my COBR premiums. So what makes this complicated is different employers provide different arrangements for people. It could be different because maybe you are a production employee and your benefits are negotiated through a union. That would have different benefit entitlements than if you are a career professional. They might give you different arrangements. Maybe a career professional, they give you 12 months of extension of benefits. The first 9 months could be through the subsidy. Or they might be more generous and they say, well, we're not going to start COBR until after that 12 months, and that's when we're going to call the qualifying event. So you really have to kind of understand the law and then make sure that your employer is doing the minimum of the law. They might be doing more than that. And that's why it's kind of hard to kind of trade and talk about what's your COBR rate. Everybody's COBR rate is going to be different. It might be even different within the same company if you work in different areas of the company. Okay? The subsidy is based upon you paying 35% of what you normally would have paid for 9 months. And then the following 9 months, you pay the COBR premiums. The coverage is eligible not only for medical coverage, it's eligible for dental and vision coverage. Flexible spending accounts are not eligible for the subsidy. How long does it last? We talked about 9 months. That's assuming that you continue to make your premiums. And it's also assuming that you don't become eligible for another plan in that 9 months. So let's say that you're into your COBR subsidy 6 months, you get a job, they start coverage the first day that you're hired, you no longer are eligible for the subsidy. I'd like to talk a little bit about this because you know, this current economy, a lot of people are making active searches and they're just not finding opportunities, and their COBRA is exhausted and they don't know where to go next. The state of Missouri and the state of Illinois have what's called uninsured pools, where you can call in and you can buy individual policies at rates that are very, when I say reasonable, they may not be reasonable when you're trying to stretch that budget, but they're more reasonable than going out and buying them on the commercial market. You have to prove that you cannot get coverage through any other source. So if you can't get, if you have a working spouse, you've got to get coverage through the working spouse. But if you don't have coverage from any other source, you can go to these websites. One is the Missouri Health Insurance Pool.